Hello everyone. So, have you ever been introduced to someone and took your hand and then asked yourself the question, what in the world did they just touch before they met me? You know, perhaps you ordered food from a vendor on the street and they took your money and then they handed your food right away without even putting gloves on. I mean, really, that's like super nasty, right? For many people, exchange of goods and services is part of everyday life. We use our hands for so many things. We come in contact with the most disgusting stuff, whether you're a student, a lawyer, a parent, and without even realizing it, we're touching gross stuff. I have a messy job. I work on tires and cars, and I change oil and stuff like that. I'm constantly having to wash my hands, and when I'm out in public and I see somebody maybe leave a public restroom or scratch their brain, and then I ask myself the question, why in the world, why would you do something like that? How would you feel if you came to my place of business where I work, I'm working on your car, and I just did that, I scratched my brain, or I just left the restroom without washing my hands, and then I put my hands all over your car? I mean, how would you feel? That's like super disgusting. My reason for speaking on this is on hand cleanliness is because some of us are completely unaware of the things that we come in contact with every day. I'm going to share one of the ways we come in contact with germs, what to do when you do come in contact with those germs, and how to prevent spreading the germs once you've encountered them. First, you might want to know what a germ is. According to the American Heritage Science Dictionary, a germ is defined as a microbe, a microorganism or an agent, especially one that is pathogenic, such as a bacterium or a virus. Just so that everything is clear, the American Heritage Science Dictionary also has this to say, quote, "The term germ and microbe have been used to refer to individual agents and diseases since the 19th century, when scientists introduced the germ theory of disease, the idea that infections and contagious diseases are caused by microorganisms. Microbe, shortened from microorganism, or an alternate version of it, comes from the Greek prefix meaning small, micro, and the word bios meaning life. To think that we have little living things all over us is so nasty. The stuff we touch each day, such as door handles, other people's hands, faucets, money, to name a few, are covered with germs. Not only our germs, but other people's as well, and they're all mixed together, which is repulsive. What to do when we come in contact with these germs? When we shake people's hands, what do? We wash our hands. Or perhaps, like I experienced the other day at work, changing out somebody's car, cleaning it out, they had dental floss, and I touched it. That's like really gross because it's been in their mouth, right? So what do? I wash my hands. It's very important to have clean hands, because if you don't, you might, or to wash your hands right away, because if you don't, you might forget, and then go on to touching other things. Say you're at a lunch meeting and you shake the person's hand, not to be rude, you don't just run off to the restroom, but good thing to do is to have a bottle of Germ-X in your pocket and just to use that. Or maybe, you know, just keeping it like hidden in a purse or something where they can't see under the table, kind of thing. The best way to cut down and to prevent germs is, from taking over your hands, although we never are fully rid of them, the best way to fight back, obviously, is to wash your hands. According to Rod Warhard, a paramedic who's in California, quote, says, "Washing your hands with soap and water is still king. According to the Harvard Health Letter, washing your hands with soap and water for just 15 seconds kills 90% of bacteria. Using antibiotic cleansers may not be necessary, and also may promote antibiotic resistance." The Harvard Health Letter suggests that these steps so that to clean your hands, whether you're using soap and water or a hand sanitizer. Spread the cleanser over your hands, clean the backs, the fingertips, fingernails, thumbs, and in between your fingers. If you cover your face when you sneeze, wash your hands. If you cough, wash your hands. If you scratch your face, wash your hands. You use the restroom, cook, clean up a spill, change a diaper, take out the trash, play with a friend's hair, a pet, wash your hands. Simply washing up cuts back on the type and the amount of germs we pass on to others. My reason, again, for speaking on hand cleanliness is so that we all become aware of our surroundings and the germs we come in contact with. I've shared one way that germs are spread and transferred to us. Also, what to do when you come in contact with them, and also how to prevent spreading them. I mentioned I work in a very messy environment, and so I'm constantly having to wash my hands. Some of you may have messier jobs than mine, or perhaps, it may not be as nasty. Regardless of your occupation, we are using our hands for so many things and come in contact with pretty disgusting and sometimes hazardous material and are completely oblivious to it. Clean is safe. People don't like messes, at least the people I've met. And one of the things I found interesting I want to share with you before I close is from worldschool.net, and it says cigarette smoke and all the harmful chemicals contained in that smoke seem to disappear after a few moments. You can't see the smoke or anymore, but the particles have just disappeared into the air. If you can smell the smoke, the particles are still there, and you breathe them in. This is called secondhand smoke, and it's just as bad for you as smoking. If you live in a house with a smoker, you're a smoker too, whether you want to be or not. Eventually, the smoke particles settle on counters, walls, clothing, and anything else that is exposed. This is what makes ceilings brown, windows filmy, and curtains smelly in houses where there's people that smoke. Any particles that settle on surfaces and you touch get on your hands and into your mouth. Yes, it is gross and germs are nasty, and I'm about done. Remember, cleanliness is next to godliness, so wash your hands. Thank you.